me press a couple of buttons here, make sure this thing doesn't get screwed up. It's Clay Scott here. How are you? Okay. I'm throwing this up on a whim just for a goof. I'm going to make sure everything works here. Okay, screen, yeah. Scope. That's not the scope. That's not the scope either. There's the scope. Does it work? Scope works. Okay, where's the widescreen? Yeah. Get rid of those. There's home. Alright, what was I doing? There, I get some of these sacks of pennies going. See how many people are up this time of night, because I'd hate to think I'm the only one. Okay, I was going to talk about coin roll hunting. All kinds of things going on with these. People go to the bank and pick up rolls of pennies, rolls of dimes, whatever, quarters, half dollars. They dig through them, looking for stuff, looking for coins that are worth more than face value. That's the whole idea. And sometimes I find them, sometimes they don't. Well, there's more in these rolls than you'd really expect. And really, you have to come up with a plan, a strategy, a method of going through these rolls, work on them to optimize and maximize the value that you get out. Because there's a lot more in there than you think. Clay Scott says first, okay, so I'll leave these here for a bit. We might get a few more people. Who knows? It's late. Okay. You doing any coin roll hunting, Clay Scott? For those of you that are watching this after the show, it's over there. There's a chat. People can ask questions and talk and banter about during any of these live streams. It's a lot of fun. I miss half of it when I get talking, because I'm usually doing something back here like cleaning the desk. Anyway, I've got a blog. It's called the Million Pennies Project. Let's see if I can pull that up and give you a screenshot. One moment. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I'm going to pull that. We'll go to the screen and take a look. Let's see if it's, first off, if it's centered, because I haven't. Okay, I got to redo this because I stretched out the screen a little while back. And, well, it's going to be a little discombobulated. You can change these things that you view. You can change them all around to suit your needs if you're doing anything with video making. All right, I think that's probably it. Can we see this thing? Yeah, this is it. Okay, now I click on the screen and this will actually go away. All right, there it is. 1 Million Pennies Project. .blogspot.com. This is my blog. Most of it's informational. Sometimes I get into some goofy stuff and just, put up some coin humor, believe it or not. But there's articles in here. You can go down to the right side and you're going to find some of the better articles. Cams and Whams, right? There's a coin shop in there, which is kind of defunct, but still kind of works. The video directory needs to be updated. The coin information websites, the key information websites is a great spot to start. The Lincoln Cent die variety cheat sheet is a great place to start. All kinds of information. If I load these right now, it's going to slow down the live stream and might make it skippy. Let me open up the die variety cheat sheet. Brace yourself. I'm going to go take a look. I get a little green bar right up here at the top, and it's still solid. Okay, there. See how it went yellow? That means we're kind of dragging. And then we'll go back to green. Live in 3 minutes. I wonder if I'm actually live. Let me check. Because I've done this where I'm on for half an hour. It says stop. Okay. I got no drop frames. Yeah, I'm doing 582 kilobytes per second, which is pitiful. That's what you get out in the woods. Okay, we go back over to here now. It's moving. And this is what it is. When I load up these photos, it's going to slow down the live stream. But the Lincoln Cent die variety cheat sheet, I started this up like a year and a half ago, just putting in some of the bigger, more noticeable, easier to find die varieties. This is by no means a complete listing of what's out there, but I've been able to add a lot of links to some of these, cams, lathe lines. What's this one? Double dies. We got pictures. We could use a lot more of these pictures anyway. To get more information on these, well, you can always go back up here to that key information website. Some of these are just plain darn handy. Wexler's in there, Variety Vista's in there, copper coins. I've got them bookmarked right up here. That's on my computer though, so you can't. It doesn't help you at all. But it's a good start. What you got to do though is take your own notes. You know, get a notepad, get some loose leaf paper, some what do you call them? Notebooks. Pretty darn handy, and start writing this stuff down. What you're looking for 1931s, what you're looking for 1968s, you know, P, D, and S, what you're looking for 1944s, what's out there, and put together your own little cheat sheet. Seriously, it's the best way to go. I'm going to go find the chat here real quick. We got 2 people watching. Okay, now we've got to have a method. We've got to have a plan, coming up with ways to go through, there it is, these darn rolls. That makes sense. That helps you find more stuff, right? Because it's not just, I see these people that go through these wheats. They go to the bank, they spend, you know, 50 bucks, get 2 boxes, 100 rolls of pennies, and they rip them apart. You know, they go 2 hours, 3 hours just ripping apart rolls of pennies, and they pick out the wheat pennies. I always have them handy. You know what wheat pennies are. They get the little wheat design. They're before 1958, and they're okay. There's nothing wrong with these. When I was starting, this is what I did. They're a lot more plentiful back in the late 70s than they are now. There we go. They all got the wheat. You don't get a whole lot of them nowadays. Let me put one over here under the little scope. You know what I'm talking about here. Oh, with the scope. There you go. What are these things? What are these jams? What's the date on this? 1941. And you can find them. You can find them. 40s, 50s, no problem at all. You can dig them out of your pocket change. They're going to be worn, right? They've been in circulation for 50 years. What's this one? That one's just screwed up. What is that one? 1940. All right. Yeah, they're going to look like this. You pull them out of these rolls, and they look like that. Not a whole lot of value there. 3-4 cents. You get, you know, 1,000 of them. You can get 50, 60 bucks for 1,000 of them. Jeez, that's a lot of work though. Because you can, out of these rolls. Let me go back. You don't have to look at that hideous penny. There we go. You go through, you know, a box of pennies, 25 bucks. You'll find a dozen, thereabouts. Anywhere from 10 to 15 is kind of normal. Sometimes you'll find more, and sometimes you get, I don't know, 4 out of a box. So what are you talking there? At 4 cents a piece, you get 10 of them out of a box, 40 cents. Well, they're cheap. There's no question about that. You got, you know, you pay 1 penny, you got 4 cents. But you're not going to sell a will you buy this for 4 cents? It's $3 shipping, but it's 4 cents of the penny. Not going to happen. You put together 1,000 of them. Okay, let's pull up the calculator. Ready? Calculator. Where's the screen? Screen. There we go. Calculator. This is how long it takes to load stuff on this computer. Come on. Oh, God, I hate this computer. It's kicking my butt. All right. Go back to here so we see something normal. I'll put it right across that. Okay. What are you talking? Let's say you got a dozen out of a roll. I want 1,000 wheat cents because I can sell 1,000 wheat cents for 50, 60 bucks. But if I'm going to take, you know, a dozen out of a box, we're going to divide by 12. I'm going to go through 83 boxes of pennies. All right, if I do a box a day, it takes me 3 months, and geez, I got 60 bucks worth of pennies, 50 bucks, something like that. I might find a better one, no question about that. But just the wheat pennies, there's a whole lot more out there. Where'd it go? There's a whole lot more out there besides those wheat pennies, right? These are nice. Think of these as just a bonus. People do the same thing with rolls of $half. They go through and they pick out all the silver. Well, you might find a silver or 2, sometimes 10. Good haul on those. Bill J just posted his hauls for the week. I haven't watched him yet. He goes through a box of $half every day. The silver, there's some money there, okay, especially if you score big. But if you're going through penny rolls looking for wheats and throwing the rest away, that's where the money is. You're throwing the good money back to the bank. You can get there, but you're tripping over your dollars to make these pennies. So I can buy 1,000 wheats for $50. Yes, yes, you can. We're actually, no, I don't have any right here. I've been doing shows every few weeks where, you know, I get a box of 5,000, and for $50 plus $7.50 shipping, you can get 1,000, and we'll count them out right here, and we'll stick them under the camera here. Now I know they've been picked over for dates, right? They're going to be 40s, they're going to be 50s. They're going to be circulated, and they're not going to be brilliant uncirculated. They're not going to be proofs. They're not going to be 1909 VDBs. But I can tell you the ones that we're picking up have not been searched for dye varieties. They haven't been looked over for RPMs, for example, double dyes, all that good stuff that's worth the money. Now, let's see. There's more stuff, right? Let's say the wheats, you just push those aside and let them build up. Stuff them in a can, keep them by all means, but that's not where the good money is. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm going to get these off of here because we can talk about wheats all day. Yes, from me. That's right. Let me write a note and I'll get to you. Where'd my pen go? Here it is. California. California. There's my email address. Just contact me. California Greenhorn Fisherman. Cal Greenfish. I know who you are. 1,000 wheats. Yeah. We'll get together on that. When we get about 3,000 sold out of the bag, and then I go ahead and order it, and it comes in, and getting the rest moved during the show is usually no problem at all. Okay, so let's come up with a method, a plan to attack these rolls, these boxes of pennies, and come up with, you know, the good money. All right. Now what I'm going to do is search these. I'm going to open that bag, or open those rolls one at a time and sort them as I go, right? I'm going to pick through the roll, 80s in here, 90s over there, zeros, right? The teens, all the shield sensor go together. There we go. And what I do is first sort them out by decade. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, zeros, I call them, and the teens. So I need 6 sacks. That's not too bad. You know, separating by decade is the easiest thing to do. Meantime, I'm going to be picking out all those wheats that I find. You know, just set those off to the side. There's some money in there, but really not a whole lot. Just set them off to the side. Let me catch up. Okay, cool. I'm going to contact you. You got it. I'm going to separate them in a decade bag. Now, I don't spend, you know, entire evenings going through rolls and separating them. I do this 5 minutes at a time, 10 minutes at a time. I'm boiling some pasta, right, or waiting for some chicken to bake in the oven, or maybe I'm running a bath, or I've got the cat shampooed and I'm letting him soak for a few extra minutes, and meanwhile I need to stop the bleeding. I'll take a few minutes and, you know, just sort a couple of rolls of pennies. It's spare time work. I don't spend, you know, blocks of time doing that. I get all my rolls towards the beginning of the year. Christmas, New Year's, December, January are great times to pick up your boxes for the year. It takes me a month to go through a box of pennies. I see people go through a box in 3 hours. They'll get 50 cents out of there, maybe $1, but I'm going to get 50 bucks out of that box. It's just going to take me a month. Well, if they're doing what they're doing and I'm doing what I'm doing a whole lot more value than they are. Plus, I only have to rewrap 1 box of pennies a month. They've got to go through 50 boxes of pennies a month to get the same sort of value as me. It's a darn shame. The good money ain't no weeks. It's in finding the dye varieties. I separate them into years. I stick them in Ziploc bags. All right, I'm going to reuse these bags. This is a one-time investment. I really like these, right, because they zip. I'm in. I can close them. All right, these things, I got a bunch of these, and they're okay, but eventually they'll be replaced with a nice zippy bag. I just keep on reusing them because I'm cheap. Cheryl's here. She says, "Hi, Ken and everyone. Just stopped by to say hello and support the cause. Gotta go. Later. Get some sleep. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing up this time of night? You know, you got to work tomorrow or something." Okay. I separate them. I pick out the wheats. I set those aside. I pick out the Canadians. I set those aside. If I see something that catches my eye, I'm going to set it aside. Meantime, I'm going to get them separated into decades and throw them up on a shelf and walk away. Right? I get on my boxes at the beginning of the year. That's when people are going through their couch, going through their, their drawers, going through the junk drawer, getting up all those coins they've had building up all year so they can take them back and get real money so they can buy Christmas presents. It's a wonderful time of the year to get stuff. I find more stuff in those boxes at the end of the season than the rest of the year. Around right now, this time of the year, May, the new issues are coming out. Well, if you like to shop, hunt for new die varieties, that's wonderful. You can get them right now. You get a whole box of brand new pennies, 2018 or whatever the year is. Last year they did 2017s. There we go. Let me squeeze the air out because I'm funny that way. 90s. Yeah, I got 2 bags of 90s. We'll keep those around. So that's where I kind of find some great stuff. And a reason why I get them all at once. But it's going to take me a month, so I need what? A dozen boxes? I'm tying up 300 bucks. I can live with that. It takes me a couple of months to get them all sorted. I'm not worried about it because after I sort them by decade, I'm going to have, a bunch of bags of 90s, a bunch of bags of thousands. I'll break up the 80s, the 70s. They're real easy because I'm only going to have a couple of bags of those. And what I mean by break it up, oh, we got this is next. There you go. This is one of those shoe boxes you get up at the dollar store. They cost $1. I think the Ziploc bags are actually more expensive. Let's open it. I write on it. You see, this is the 80s box, 80 to 89. I've got 6 of these, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, zeros, teens. 6 of these. So for all the bags and all the boxes, I've got about 10 bucks into it. California says, can you get Indian head cents by the bunches? I'm sure I can. Bear with me. I got a lot on my plate. I can make a note of it, but I can't promise anything. I tend to get Indians, individually. Where'd that one I had go? I got one just the other day that came in. Okay, scope. I think it's right here still. Here's one. We got here. There you go. It's a decent 09. I think I got another one under here. What's that one? Oh, this is a neat one. You keep this tag with it because I got a little slip. There's a method here, but it's a bit mad. Let me set this so I don't want to. If I drop all this stuff, I get everything. I put them on these cards so I can move them around easy, right until it's time to set them up and move them to wherever they're going to be moved to. So there, I get little slips of paper. Tells me what it is. There you go. It's a 1909 XF, and that's what you're looking at right here. No, that's not it. Ding. Okay, 1909, pretty damn decent. 2.5 diamonds. Feathers go all the way out. Full Liberty. There you go. That's kind of. I prefer singles on the Indians. I go for the higher grades. Let me set this one down. This one came in just the other day. I'm pretty excited about it. You don't see, I don't get these too often. Every now and then one will show up. This is 1908 S. Isn't that cute? How many mint marks have you seen on Indians? Well, there's only 2 to choose from. 1909S and 1908S. There it is. That's what it looks like. And this one's in, well, good plus. It's not quite very good. The back is much better than the obverse. Here, yeah, it's got a good solid rim. If I can make that show up, there you go. And the rim is solid. You get dentals. The Indian's solid. It's not screwed up. The back is better. You get some definition on the leaves. It's not quite very good. But hey, it's a 1909, 1908S. Handy. Somebody's going to want it. There's Candace, Candy. Where have you been? We've been here this whole time. Okay, we're talking about coin roll hunting. We got this. Let me move my plate around. Okay, after doing the decades, right, and I do that 5 minutes at a time, and it takes me, you know, a month to separate them. I'm not worried about how long it takes because it's 5 minutes at a time. Besides which, I've got all kinds of coins already sorted by year. That's the next thing I'm going to do when I find more sorting time. Here you go. Here's a bag of 1985. That's what's in these boxes. You know, each date by year. Here's 1982. Should I go through? Are there any small date 82D zincs in there? Oh, could be. You never know. I'll probably have better luck if I'm hunting for double dies. All right, here's what's this bag? I've probably gone through this one. Oh, look, 1980. Yeah, that's getting a little short. But if I need to, I'm talking about something with, you know, talking about a date with somebody, I can grab that bag. Okay. You got what in 1985? I better look at those, and I can grab just that year and kill it right here, right now. Right? So even if I haven't sorted all my coins for the year, I still have plenty of dates from last year to play with. There is always something to do here. It's chaos theory, right? If you start enough projects and leave them half finished, there's always something. No matter where you go, there's something you can do. There. The other rule of chaos theory is immediately cover all horizontal surfaces with junk. And boy, I got you covered there. I cleaned off my desk, but it's already hurting. There's Paula. Paula, we're talking about coin roll hunting. Okay, I was going to go through one. What was I going to go through? We'll do the 90s. 90s are a good year. All right. Let me get this out of the way. Yep, it's this back here. Oh, earlier I was going through 1987s. I ain't found nothing yet. There's always stuff to find, though. Not just the double dies, the RPMs, you know, the 82D small date zincs. Are you spending your time looking for those things? Because you're going to die before you do. They've been one found in 30 years, and 7 times a week we find somebody in these Facebook groups and other groups and Twitter who just, the guy is convinced, I have found a 1982D small date zinc, and then you see pictures and it's like, you know, a nickel. What the hell's wrong with you? If you're going to hunt for that stuff, you really should have some idea what it is you're looking for. Well, somebody said I was supposed to collect 1982 quarters. That's not even a quarter, you goddamn fool. Okay. Decade, then year. And when you want to, you can pick out that particular year. Now, the big advantage here, when you have all the same year, right, that's not it. Okay, one key advantage, because I'm going to spread them out on the table behind me. Right, if I got something anomalous, here, I've got them all side by side. I usually go a little faster than this. Here, spread them out. Let me just tighten them up so you can see what I'm talking about. Give me a second here. It doesn't take long. Okay, I got them all face up. And I can go through from one to the next quickly, efficiently. It takes a few extra moments, you know, to set them up like this, but it's going to be lightning when I get going. And it's a little slower here because I usually back on the table, I have a cloth down so I can just take a stack and spread them quick. You ever see those dealers up in Vegas, what they do with the cards? Well, they can do that because they're doing it for decades. What the hell's my loop? Here's one. I always have 10 of these around. Oh, while we're here, if these things ever get loose, right? Sometimes they get loose. You got a screw that screws into another screw. One's a male screw, one's a female screw, the way that works. So you pinch one, that's why I got my finger, and I'm pushing this way. And I'm pushing against that with this other. And I just twist my thingy. I'm just going to tighten up that screw, and look, it didn't work. Let me try the other way. I'm sure this will work sooner or later. There. Now it doesn't fling. That's all it is. These are really simple. There's, you know, almost no parts. How'd the cat here? Damn it, cat. I hate that cat. If you love your work, you're lucky. This is what I do, man. I used to work for the man, and he wanted me to show up every day. Can you show up every single day for the rest of your life? No. Well, we need you to work, every day for a while. Just for their, they sent me to Colorado for 9 months one time. 9 months! Not a day off. I came home about a house. Life was good. Okay, I got them all set up. It's real easy. I'm going to start from, because I'm right-handed, I'm going to start from the right side and work my way to the left. But as I go, I can go from one to the next, to the next, to the next. I'm looking for a specific thing because I have notes, right? For 1985, I know exactly what I'm looking for 1985, right? I'm going to take a look at the date, particularly the 8 in the date. I'm going to look at In God We Trust, and I'm going to look at Liberty. Real simple. Go from one to the next, to the next, to the next. Now, as I go across, because I'm going to have, I'm going to have a third of that sack laid out on that table. It'll take me 5 minutes to scan them. But as I go across, I'm going to, I'm going to have my arm in the way. Is it going to stick to me? Because I was eating some jelly donuts earlier and there's a lot of slobber. Don't twist your thingy. I try not to twist my thingy. Okay, but when I get to the end, these will be jumbled up. And I'm not worried about that because I got to turn them upside down anyway. Okay, that's real easy. So I'm automatically setting them back in place, lining up, make it easy for the next trip. Same thing. I'm gonna start at the right, go to the left. I know what to look for, but if I find something out of the ordinary, well, I need another. If I'm working, say, 1985, I'd need another 1985 to compare it to. Well, there's 30 of them right here, right? Hey, this one's kind of funny. I wonder what that looks like. Is this normal? Let me look over here. Oh, I didn't notice that before. But just they all have that same feature. Okay, it's probably a design feature, and I just didn't notice that. One feature, a lot of people, they don't really catch it right off. Watch this. You're going to see right beside Lincoln. Where's my pointy stick? There you go. A lot of people pick up on this, but they're showing their inexperience. They say, is this doubled? It looks like doubled columns on either side of Lincoln. Right over here, right? And right over here. Well, this is a normal design feature. The columns are the exterior of the monument. Inside, you have these walls that are open, wide open. Now, it's about, those are about 12 feet in. And then you have this wide area here, which is the opening to the interior of the monument. So what you see here as doubled columns aren't really doubled columns. This is a normal design feature. And a lot of people just, well, have you got another one to compare what you have with? Well, here, when I have a lot of them out already, all the same date, I can compare this coin, what I see when I'm looking through it with a loop, I can compare that with what's over here. Works out pretty well. Now, I've got them all laid out. Let's say I'm putting together a collection. Let me see. Here's one. Say, a Dansko album. And I want to find the best one for that slot, 1985. I want to find the best one possible for 1985. Well, geez, I've got them right here. This one's shining. This one's shining. I can throw away all the rest. Now I've got the best two out of that batch. I can scan the whole rest of the bag and set the best up here. If I find some neat ones, right, that I want to look at further, right, I'll set them over here. That's where these little slips come in. Okay. Recheck. There you go. Those are that's the stuff you can't even see that. It says recheck. Then I got these right here. Best. Those are my best. Pretty simple. Then I take these and throw them back in, the coffee can so they can be rolled up, taken back to the bank. I get my money back and go spend it on coins or some darn thing. Okay, I do the hold on box that way. Lots of ways to keep notes. Oops. Come on. This is in the way, that's in the way, everything out of the way, all these. Cheat sheets. All right. Here you go. This starts in 1940. Goes through most of the dates. Let's have a look. Okay, 1940s. That's 1940S. I know that copper coins has 5 double die verses listed, 6 DDRs, 9 RPMs. I know Wexler, that's W, has 5, 8, and 18. I know Variety Vista has 5, 11, and 9. That's a big difference, isn't it? Copper coins has some things that these don't have listed. Wexler has things that the other two don't have listed. They don't always repeat, right? Some of them miss. Sometimes they cross-reference, but they don't quite match up. Okay, so I want to know what exactly on the double die of verses do I want to look at? I want to look at the date, and I want to look at In God We Trust. Right, another popular variety. I want to look at In God We Trust, and I want to look at Liberty. Pretty simple. And I want to check all outer devices. Okay, on the reverse, I want to check EPU, and we'll look at the stocks. It's a 1940, it's a wheat. Now, that's a cheat sheet, and you can use you can tell me that's not going to take you 2 minutes to put together. Right? You can put these, this is a quarter sheet of paper. I just put it on the cutter, cut it, pair of scissors, fold it, use the whole sheet. I don't care, anything that works for you. You can extend these as far as you'd like. You can print up photos, doesn't matter. What are we on, 1985? Okay, let's see if we got 1985 done. No, I don't have 1985 done. 1985 was a quiet year. But here's 1980D, for example. There's a DDR that's pretty popular. There's a bunch of RPMs. There's an OMM, an overmint mark that's been debunked. The one DDR, I want to look at FG and the second A in America. Pretty darn simple. So if I find something that stands out, I can put it over here in the recheck pile, or I can write it specifically DDR. Ta-da! DDR. And I got my coin picked aside. So I can keep on going. And when I'm done with the batch, I can pick up the best, which is up here. Set it up, put these away. I can recheck those. Ain't nothing to it. It's a plan. Now you can take this and do it any way you want and improve on this plan any way you like. Maybe the little notes aren't good enough for you. Write your own notes. Here's 1944S. I've got, what do we got here? I haven't looked up Wexler and Variety Vista. I actually have a whole lot more than this on a spreadsheet on the computer here. Because these just, they get buried in the desk and I don't see them for weeks. Okay, I've got copper coins. I've got 6 DDOs, 7 DDRs, 10 RPMs. And I know where to look on the DDO, the eyelid, the date, Liberty. What the heck's this? We. Right? DDRs, I want to look at all the exterior devices, all upper half, and see, you know, check the upper left for being stronger. But I've also got some mint mark styles. I got a serif, a ball serif, and the ball serif is scarcer on the 1944S. Maybe I want to have, you know, one of each mint mark as well. Make your notes. Keep them. If you don't want to chop up a lot of little pieces of paper, you know, if you got 1 page for each Lincoln, you're only looking at 380 pages or something like that. $4 at the dollar store. You know, you get. I just had some. Where'd it go? There. Okay, I guess it was Office Max. There you go, Office Max. 2 for $1. You got 100 sheets. You got 100 sheets of paper. 2 for $1. That's a half a cent for each sheet. Just that, if you cut it in half a couple of times, you'd have enough for all of it. Get a little file box for $1, right? And you can stick all your notes in one little spot. Something like this, you can put it in a binder, in a ring. I got some ring binders here, I'm sure. There you go. Oof. What's this? A ring binder. Ta-da! Full of pennies. This is a great spot, I think, to put notes about Lincoln cents. Okay. Because sometimes the little small ones are just not going to work. Come up with a plan, write your own notes, keep track of them. Now I'm going to take you over here. One moment. Here's the screen. Down below in the description, there's 9 people watching. You're going to find a link to the coin collector checklist. That's what this is. That's what you're looking at right here. Let me see if you can see it. Okay. Do I need to shrink this at all? That's probably about right. Can we see the bottom? There's little tabs on the bottom. Okay, let's get the tabs so we can see it. There, we can see these little tabs on the bottom. So we got all kinds of stuff already in place for you. I'm going to click on Lincoln cents. There it is. And it's got all the dates. You get a little checkbox over here. You can print this up right now. You got the link. You'll need a Google Plus account, but if you're on YouTube, you have the link. You can print this thing up. Here you go. You can copy and paste the whole thing into your own spreadsheet. Delete it, alter it, change it, edit it, whatever you like. Here you go. What do you like? 1926. Here's the estimated surviving population. Here's the mintage. If you want to type in grade, how much you paid, how much it's worth. It'll keep the totals for you. Watch this. I paid $2, $3, and $4. And I look up here, and there's my total right there. Okay, if it's worth $5, $10, and $15, there's my total right there. What happened to this? Where did this go? Okay, I'm going to press something here. One moment, please. There, okay. Whoop, I went too far back. Easy, a little less coffee. There, $2, $3, and $4. And I paid, all right, they're worth $5, $10, and $15. There you go. That'll tell me what I paid in total for everything I got and what they're worth for everything I got. I can add notes over here, right? What are we on? 1909 matte proof. Let's try something a little more realistic here. Oh, 1955. Is that the line? Let me highlight that. There we go. Notes. Notes on 1955 has 2 known doubled dies. Find the big one. Find the biggie. Sell it. And buy a Cadillac. There you go. There's a note. Okay, we got, let me scroll down some more here. Stop this. We're on 1985, right? 1985. What do I want on notes for here? This is a quiet year. There you go. Whatever note you like. 1985D. Lots of shiny ones in that last box. Right? Let's say you want to keep your notes on a different page. You can print this up to use it as a checklist. Right? And where's my mouse? Here you go. And I'm going to keep my notes somewhere else. Note number 1. Right? I make a note. I find something I want to talk about or remember on 1986D. I make a note. It's a note number 1. Right over here in 1987D, months later, I made more notes on lots of other things. I put in note number 246. No, 247. There you go. Let's say I'll go back to 1986 and I make another note. Note number 1 and number 482. Well, that didn't work. What's your spelling? I have such a hard time reading my own writing. It's tough. One time I meant to buy pork chops because it was on my shopping list. I came home with a freaking donkey. Dude, watch your spelling. Spelling's important sometimes. Okay, there's lots of ways you can figure this out. You have your standard printout, and you can get them for, I mean, you got Buffalo nickels, 2 cents, 3 cents, Jefferson nickels, here it is, over here. And you can resize this to your whatever need suits your, suits your way of life. Right? If I know one guy, he only collects odd dates. He's got this issue, he's kind of friggin' nuts. So you can't even say 2004 to him, right? But you show him a 2003, he'll tell you everything about it. Okay, here's Roosevelt dimes. You can print this whole thing out and have just a notebook for yourself and keep all your notes right in here. Fill it out. You run out of space. Do anything you like, baby. It's a start. Just a framework is all that is. Liked and shared on Twitter. God love you. You like the lathe lines? I got one here somewhere. Don't ask me to find it, but now I gotta find it. Maybe this one. I think I got. Whoops. I got some of my better stuff over here. Can you even see me? I don't know. Let's find out where we are. Home. There we go. There. Okay, let me find. I've been meaning to straighten this out so I can find stuff easy. I picked up a lathe line on eBay for like $1. No shit. But I really need to spend $2 on a way to keep it so it's not freaking lost. It's here somewhere. What's that other box? Oh, this is the love box right here. This is all kinds of good stuff in here. What's this one? What's this one? This is supposed to be an RPM. Home screen. Does it look like an RPM to you? Let's get in close. I don't know where this came. I got no idea where this came from. You can actually write in your notes, where did this come from? That's an RPM, all right. That's, what is it? Wexler RPM number 8, I think. D over D over D. Let's find the D. We got one to the right and up. And we're going to have to go in close to see the rest of this. Your eye's going to pick up a whole lot more than this camera will. But that's what you're looking for. You see how the back is kind of discombobulated? No. There you go. D over D over D. Okay. Keep that. And you can make notes on that. Let's find out those lathe lines. Ooh, what's this? WDDR 037. Here's a neat one. This is a DDR on a satin. See it's in its original mint holder. It's a 2005, so it's a satin scent. And what you're looking for here is right beside the little man. And can we see it? There it is, by his right foot down low. I get so much crap here, I can't move a 2x2 flip without knocking stuff. I would shove everything off the desk, but I'd screw up that second monitor. There we go. And you're looking down below his right foot for some extra metal. I can't work with this. I'm sorry. I have to shove everything off the table. I'll be back in just a moment. There. What's this? Okay, let's have a look at that. Can we see it yet? That's a tough one. There it is. You can see it right there. You know, with your bare eye, that jumps right out. Where's my sharp side? Now, if you have those notes, right, you'd be writing down right now, 2005 satin, double die reverse. Look at the lower foot. You'd be writing that down right now and building your own cheat sheet. And then you can find all kinds of stuff a whole lot easier. Let's find that laid lines. What's this? Here's a double die. Oh, here's a neat one. You'll love this one. Okay, here we got. Ready? What do you got? It's a 1988, right? But the FG is flared. Huh? That's the reverse of 89. That's a good, that's like 20 bucks. Seriously. What's this? 1925 F. That's it. I've been looking for this. Who was it? I was trying to show him a lamination on a buffalo the other day. There we go. We got a great lamination on this buffalo. This just looks like roadkill. There's so many laminations on this. There you go. 5 cents. That thing goes right through the buffalo. I mean, right through them. There you go. There he is. Buffalo. Not the best buffalo. It's lower grade, but look, there's more on the other side. Big fat lamination running right through the, right across the darn thing. I'll zoom out. You get the aerial view. That's what a lamination looks like. Goes right through them. That's a good one. CGF. That's Caliph. Yeah. Here you go. That's what a lamination looks like. Right straight through the whole of them. Okay. I'll get that for like $1 on eBay. Okay, let's see. Let's find that. What's this? Nope. Greaser. DDR. Here's a buy. The greaser. GDO. GDO. Gem Beat Woody. Okay. Die chip. Woody. Oh, we're getting close. Can you feel it? I'm getting real close. What's that? Nope. 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 What's that? What's that? No, that's not it. MD. Nope. 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 Well, it's got to be someplace. I got a lot of boxes around here. These are quarters up here. Okay, I'll have to find that one another day. But we found the laminated nickel because I stuck it back in with the pennies. I don't know why that's in here. It's still in here. It's a 74S. There's nothing special about it. What's that? Nothing. 60. No. Okay, to heck with it. So now we've lost the show. We were talking about something like 20 minutes ago. There'll be no more asking questions because I'm going to lose my way. Okay, it's gone. I can't find it. I probably will never find it. I wonder if it's in this box. Let's really give this a good look. What's that? Nothing. What the hell's this? I keep some stuff just for educational purposes. Here's a plated 1943 cent. Plated. Wasn't that great of a cent, and then they screwed it up by plating it. Okay. One day I'll do a video on it. What was that? What's going on with this? The Pox, 1988D. Anything else about it? We better look at that. That looks normal. Okay. Now we're never going to find that coin. Around here, you're looking for a needle in a haystack. Can you find this one particular coin? Nope. Ain't going to happen. I give up. What's up in here? What's this? 2016 DDR. 2011 die chips and the date. They're pretty uneventful. What's this one? WDDO number 6. Yeah. Are you sure? All right. I can't even find a haystack. You kidding? It's buried. What do you see here? Does that look like a DDO to you? How about over here? Yep, that's a DDO, all right. See how wide RT and Y and the E are? And they got little slopes in the bottoms. What's this? There's no haystack here, man. What are these? 55S RPM. I doubt it. Who knows? It's in there. Yeah, you can't find a single coin. Is it in the best box? Is it in the box marked? Have another look at these. Is it in the box marked? Clean up this desk. You know, put this stuff away. You're never gonna know. Okay, let's get back to where we were. So, yeah, you can keep notes so you know what to go through, right? You just sort them by year. You will know what to look for when you lay them all out. You can get through them quickly. That's the big thing. I've got a spatula I made so you can lay your coins out and then put this thing on top and flip them over all at once. All these little tricks to help you go faster so you can process instead of 500 coins in a night and take a look at every one of them and scan them effectively and thoroughly. You can scan 1,000 every night and do it effectively and thoroughly. Really, it's how many you go through will determine how much money you can make. If the whole purpose of your endeavor is to make money, picking out those wheat cents ain't where the money is. It's in these die varieties. That 1988 we saw, that's a $20 bill. That 1911 we looked at, that's probably 2 to 10, depending what where your market is and how you sell them. But if you put together a bunch of these, let me find some. Let me find some thousands. I bet you. I haven't looked at these, so I'm going to put them away for now. Zip. Put them away. See how nice? Zip, and I can reuse that. Let's find some thousands. 2010s. There we go. Memorials. Right? 04, 05, 06. I've done a video on that. These are easy to find. Double dies. I'm just going to go through a bunch, and I bet you we can find one. We saw one on that set and sent not too long ago. Okay, and without looking at the whole darn coin, I'm going to focus right around that little man. Home, scope, there it is. I'm going to focus around that little man, and I bet you I'll find something. I got what is that right there? That looks like to be a spot, one of these little red spots. You see them? There's a spot by the F. But you're going to find it's usually the same things you want to look at when you look at one coin or the next or the next. You want to look at FG. Okay, make sure it's the right design for the date. Really, if you're not separating the 1988s, you'd have to check every single coin. If you separate just those 1988s, you know enough for every one you pulled out to check the FG for a flare. All right. You want to take a look at the little points, the little corners. I mean, the tiniest details on these serifs. The R is a great spot because they're not 90 degrees. All right. I got 2 angles coming in at different angles. Check out those little points on the end for doubling. And this one probably wants to be looked at real hard. Let's see. You're looking at the same thing on every coin. So when you've done this a lot of times, you don't even really need to sort the dates. That one is, okay. I'm going to put this one over here, right, where it says, that's not it. Remember this one? Recheck. So I got that one. I set it aside. I keep on going and get this mass off the desk. I'll get it distilled. It's a distillation process. I want to get this bag down to 10 coins. That's what it's going to be. And out of those 10, 2 or 3 of them might be something. One of them might be a $5 bill. You got to go through that whole bag to make a $5 bill? Yeah. Or you can go through the volume of, you know, my entire house looking for a 1982D zinc thing, and you ain't going to find it anyway, because there's been one found, and number 2, it's going to be somebody else who finds that. Don't waste your time. You are killing your life if that's what you're looking for. You have a better chance of winning the lottery. But listen, $5 coins, you can find those in the bag, no problem at all. If I'm going through Lincoln's, I'm looking at the same thing just about every time. Now I can look, you know, for this date, I probably want to check his bow tie, right? But I want to look at the date. I want to look at Liberty. I want to look at his eye. I want to look at his ear. And I want to look at In God We Trust. And really, I want a sampling. I can do a sampling here and really do it effectively. So I'll check, you know, I'll give a good focus. I'll put my eye here. I'll put my eye on the W. I'll put my eye on the T, right? It's faster. You'll find over time shortcuts you can take. On the reverse, I'm looking at that point on the N. I'm looking at FG. I'm looking around the little man. I'm going to check the floor, right? I like to check the planters, see if they're doubled. I'm going to check that roof, see if there's any doubling in there. I check the letters over here, the non-square points. Right? The S's are wonderful places to look. I want to see these dots. There's 3 of them. I want to see, are they round or are they shaped like jelly beans? And while I'm at it, okay, I'll look at the points, look at the corners of the roof and the corners, and down here at the base, and for die cracks, right? I'll give it a once over, look for any cuds, RIDBs, that sort of thing. And if you do that with every Lincoln cent, you're going to find stuff. But if you get into a particular date where you're just searching that one date, I'll have a note here. Well, I just dropped a few. We got for 2000s. Well, we already know. 2000s, I'm looking around that little man. I'm going to look around that statue. And if I'm looking around that statue, I can set up my stuff to do it easily, quickly. There it is. There's my little man. Now, this scope isn't going to pick up what my eyeball will. My eyeball's going to beat it hands down every time. So if I'm looking for DDRs around here, that scope is not the best tool. But if we go through a bunch of these, I bet you we're going to find one. I found him, Victor Cruz was streaming one day, and he's got a 2000. I'm looking, that's a DDR. I typed it in. What? There's DDRs on 2000? And he wrote it down. He kept notes. He's found many more since because he kept notes. And these, Coin Dragon, he'll sell a roll of these, and he'll get 20 to 30 bucks every time. No fooling. I sold them for $1 or $2 a piece, individually. Which way's upside down? There you go. There's my little man. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I want to check FG because I'm nuts about that. I like those transitional die varieties for 1989, 1988s. It's actually the Wham reverse. There you go. Nothing on him. It is the same reverse design used on the 99s, 2000, 98, 99, and 2000 wide AM. But the 1988, the first design, the original design, also had a wide space between the A and M. But it also has a little flare, a little horizontal line, right, inside the G, and a little tail on the FG. That's why they call it, you know, the reverse of 89. Well, some people call it the Wham. And then people say, but they're all Whams. Jesus, do your homework. If you're going to search for Whams, know that it is a family of die varieties. A whole bunch of them. Right? I mean, several years in there. It extends into proofs where there's a close AM. The 92D, 92, the close AMs, that's part of the CAM and WHAM family. Right? If it's not a WHAM, it's a CAM. Have we got one here? Just to the right of his head? Or is that part of this splotch? I think that's part of the splotch. Where does the lint come from? It's small lint. Okay, now if you find one of these, let's say You pick up some of these double dies with a, oh, I can't even see nothing on that one. Okay, let's say you go through and you can pick up some of these double die reverses where you got, you know, extra bits of metal right beside, where the hell's my stick? Right beside Lincoln, like you see right here. Okay, and you save that. Even if you don't attribute it, don't take it to Wexler's site and compare, you know, look at your penny, look at his, look at your, oh, that's a match. That's 2004 WDDR number 78, because he's got 100 of them, right? And you put those together and you got 20 bucks for a roll of them, right? What do you get for a roll of Lincoln of wheat pennies? These kick butt. If you got one of these out of a box, it would be about the same value as all those wheats. So you're going to get the wheats anyway. If you got those two, you're making a whole lot more. Good night, Ken. Oh, sorry to say, hate to see you go, baby. I'm doing some stay up and ramble. I got some coffee over here. Did I keep that? Did I keep that out? I wanted to keep that. Oh, damn it. Now I got to go find it again. But you can go through a box and you could probably find anywhere from, you know, 2 to 10 of these minor double die varieties, and they sell, right? 20 bucks for a roll of pennies. It costs you 50 cents. No fooling, 50 cents is what they cost you. Well, they pick up the wheats and they say, oh, look, I got 10 wheats out of that box. I'm so happy. And I'm thinking, you threw away 40 bucks. All right. They go all month and pull out 50 cents a night. Right, going through a box of wheats every night. In a month, they got 20 bucks. But they got to rewrap 30 boxes of pennies. Right? They're lugging around 30 boxes of pennies. That's a lot of hauling. Right? Let me tell you, when we grew up, we heated the house with wood. 1973 came. You got the oil embargo, right? The Saudis and all that. Oil went through the roof. It was like 70 bucks a gallon for oil heat. Are you kidding me? 70 bucks a gallon? We're not heating our house like that. My father he flipped his lid. His lid, it came up, turned upside down, and landed right where it was. Flipped it. Okay. He put a new chimney in and 2 wood stoves, one in the basement and one in the dining room. The dining room table had to go. It's out of here. We got new bricks. It's real pretty. It's nice. Table's out in the barn. No problem. We're going to play Monopoly right there. We just had a little table off to the side. We played Monopoly. We squeezed together. You know, it was nice and warm. Thank you for all the info, Ken P. Very educational. How long will they sell for? How long will they sell for? They'll sell for weeks at that price. Coin Dragon, he puts together a roll, every month probably. He's pretty steady. And they go, you know, a day or two and they're sold. Zoom, they're gone. 20 bucks, zoom, it's out the door. Okay, people do grab them up. There is a small market, you know, 50 DDRs for 20 bucks, 30 bucks. A lot of people will jump on that. Okay, we'll keep on going. We've seen a couple already come through here. Look at that. Can you see it? Can you see it? That is what we're talking about. Right there. Where's my pointy side? Okay, right there. This is a big fat one. That's a long extra bit of metal going from his knee down below his foot. His foot's up here. That's a good one. Let's look at this. I'm going to have to pull up something. We got a 2004, okay, double die reverse. It's got a big splotch, okay, but you got a double die, big standing up, big one. You can't miss it right here, okay, and we just did that while we're talking right here. If you can find 50 of those, that's a $20 bill. Now with that $20 bill, don't go spend it on some big stereo, put it back into the hobby. Right? The hobby will take care of itself if you make the hobby feed the hobby. It came out of the hobby, put it right back in. You get your flips, right? You get your baggies. You get those big boxes I hauled off the desk because they're too darn heavy. You buy that notebook binder, right? You get that paper. What are we talking here? 2 for $1. What? You can, for 20 bucks worth of equipment, you got the camera. No, that's $3. And with that $3 bill, you can find these double dies. Right? You get in these groups on Facebook. Bright and Errors group, for example. Yeah, you can move these babies out by the roll. You can just make a YouTube video. Say, I got all these. What am I offering? Okay, and that's a big fat DDR right there. That's a long one. That's the full sausage. All right, good. We'll keep him. Put him over here in the actual DDR pile. Take this one off because I think it was just an example. That ain't no DDR. Let's see if we can find another one in here. Now, for the time it took to find that, right? I'm going through the zeros bag. I haven't even sorted these into the year bags. But if I got, a bag of 2004s, just 2004 P&D, I can go through that bag, in an hour or two. That one looks pretty normal. And I can pick out, bunches of them, because it'll take, a few boxes to fill one of these sacks with a single year. There you go. Nothing on that one. And it's just, if you can process these things in a timely manner, one after the next, you stand a better chance of finding a lot in a small amount of time. Nothing there. Okay, I'm pulling up one at a time, putting it under the camera. Now, what's going to be faster for you? Pulling them out one at a time on the camera. We're coming over here. Right, taking a whole stack of them, if you can get them into a stack. I don't have a lot of manual dexterity because I'm a freak. There you go. But I can spread those babies out pretty quickly and easily. I like to do it on cloth because I get better grab. And it's easy to put them out in a straight line. I turn them all upside down real easy. And you know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at the back side, right where the little man is. And I go from one to the next, to the next. This is the time it takes to check these. And you can see how fast, oh, that looks good. You can see how fast this is. So if you're good, if you're quick, if you're efficient, what we're trying to work on is our efficiency. All done. Take them off. Do it again. Efficiency means greater success because you're able to go through far more coins in the same unit of time. And if you're going through the coins, you know what to look for because you have your notes. You've got another specimen right beside it for comparison, right? You have a find, right? You get a hit, a discovery piece. You have a place to put it immediately and keep on going. Now you have a routine. You have a process. They got these big ass plants around the country. This one makes concrete. That one makes pulp. This one does paper, right? This one they make aluminum cans or something. This one over here, they make what do they make? They make pennies, right? Things work because it's an assembly line. It's not like you have some guy in a plant, just chopping up a tree so they can make paper. They bring it in by the truckload, feed a machine. The people are in place just to keep the machines operating. That's all it is. It's a process from start to finish. You feed the logs in here. You load the truck with paper over there. Everything in between is automated. Everything. You might have a guy who's going to keep an eye on a dial. Oh, it's getting hot. What do we do? Call the boss. Boss, it's getting hot. He says, okay, turn it off. And then you maintain the machines. That's what the people do. They fix things that break. Otherwise, the rest of the time, it's all automatic. What we're doing here, right, setting them up so we can scan a bunch at a time, is working on that process, streamlining that process so we can process more coins in less time. That's the whole idea. Now, if I do it one at a time over here in the scope, it's going to take me all night to go through 5 or 10 rolls. If I do something like this, where I don't have distractions, right? I have a plan where to put every coin every time. Keep on going. I don't stop and take a picture and post it on Facebook. I think I found something. Can you look at it? Let me set that aside. Look at it later when I have the time. Right now, what I'm trying to do is pick out the stuff out of the bags. That's my whole point. I want to go through these coins. If I pick it, it's going to go up here. These, I know what it is. These, I know what it is. These are my best ones for the find. Right, if I find something different, say a buy error, I can make a little card for that, or just stick it over here in the picked pile. I got these bags around here. It's just stuff I picked out of rolls. I haven't actually done anything further. There's all kinds of shit in there, man. It's just stuff I picked out of rolls. Doo-doo. There. This should be tight enough for anybody who's OCD. But there's a coin spatula here. Where the heck's that? Right there. Okay, now I got instructions on how to build this. Paula says, yeah, but those minor double dies are no fun to look for, and they add a lot of time to the search. Well, you can pull your wheats out and get 4 cents, or you can pull out these minor double dies and make, 40 cents. It's up to you. If you don't want to pick them out, I will. Right? I'm just saying there's a lot more value in those rolls than the wheats. You can go for the volume, but you have to go through so many rolls of pennies if you want to make money on the wheats, because you're going to have 1,000 of them. A couple of, let's say you pick out 50 wheats, you'd have to go through 5 boxes probably just to get that first roll, and that's at 10 per roll, and you'll get what, $2 to $3 perhaps, plus shipping. Okay, let's say you make $2 to $3. You made, you're up $2.50. That's a lot of work. Go through 5 rolls, 5 boxes to make $2.50. There's more in those boxes. I gotta roll them back up, haul them to the bank for all the work involved. I do 1 box, I get $50. For you to make $50, you gotta go through 83 boxes. Dude, it's backbreaking at that point. I was telling you the story about that's what it was. I was telling you a story about the wood pile. So the oil went up back in 73, 74. My father says, we ain't paying that, because it was an old house. We insulated the place, put in the wood stoves, were nice and warm. We just have to cut, an assload of trees. Well, it came in handy because my uncle, my father's brother, Victor, he had picked up some land. He's going to build a house on it, but they got to clear some of this land. I remember going there the first time, right? It had just snowed. There's 3 feet of freaking snow on the ground, and we're going to cut down some trees. Huh? You got 3 feet of snow around? Oh, don't worry about that. That'll clean right up. So he's cutting down these trees, my brother and me. He's paying us $1 a day. More money I ever heard of. And we're cutting down he's doing the chainsaw. We're just, dragging the branches out and piling them up, and he'd chop it into little pieces and stuff. Some of them he'd leave long, 4 foot long, 8 foot long. A couple of big trees, he left them at 20 feet long because they're going to sell the lumber. But my uncle ended up taking some of that wood and having it milled, and he did the whole inside of his house. It was a log cabin. It was a cabin kit, but they took all the lumber off the land, and it was a gorgeous log house. They sold it later. Now it lives up to the lake. Well, anyway, all this work we're putting in to keep our butts warm. We were doing 10 cords of wood a year. Just throwing. God. Would it be so much easier if you could just heat your house with 12 logs? This is what I do. I do 12 logs. I do a box a month. But if you want to do the same, if you want to make the same money, just throw 10 cords of boxes, dude, I will support that, because that's your thing. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just giving you alternatives, showing you ways to be more efficient, more effective, more productive. Try it. You never know. Maybe you like the idea of doing less work and getting more money. right? You can always take the money you made, right, from these doubled die reverses and use those to buy more boxes. Jeez, I really need to do a show on, you know, getting started with nothing. There's so many people that got nothing, right? I want to do some coin wall hunting, but I don't have any money. I don't have $1. Nothing. How do you get started with nothing? Because if you can get started, right, you can find these things and sell them and keep your hobby going. Mantic, he does a great business. He spends it all on coins, the poor fella. Me too, really. I make pretty good money, but I just buy more coins. That's why the desk is always a mess. The hobby will take care of itself when you get to a certain point. Maybe you can't sell stuff right away. That's okay. You can put together, you know, some good stuff in the meantime until you're at a point where you've got the experience and some knowledge and you've built up some relationships with people you know, where you can start to sell stuff and make a little profit. You need to do a show on one-sided conversations. It's not really one-sided. It's shut up, all of you, will ya? Yeah, we've been rehearsing these all day. What if they say this? It's this voice. And this is a Charlie Brown voice. Blah, blah, blah. Huh? Yeah, we can make that work. Yeah. This is what I do this is what I look like when I'm not live streaming. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, yeah, okay. Same thing. How much work do you want to put in? How much do you want to get out? Because the more you know, right, you keep those notes, you learn more about the different die varieties that are out there, the more value you can pull out of these rolls. That's kind of the whole point of coin roll hunting, is getting the value out of here. This coin's worth 50 cents, right? We know that wheat, that one right there, we know that's worth 4 cents. Well, you're going to get that one easy. That's an easy. Oh, that's a wheat. Put that out. Put it up here in your keep it pile. Then you got this one. You know about it. I told you about it. All you got to do is flip the darn thing over. You can look at a whole lot of them in this much time. If you're looking for just those, bits around the reverse statue, it takes this much time. Seriously, that's how much. And you get 10 times the value out of a box. Instead of a couple of bucks, you get a couple of C notes. Well, what do you call them? Sawbucks. That's what it takes. This is how much time, because you're going to build speed as time. Oh, I got to look at that one again. Over time, you're going to build speed, and you're going to know what to look for. Oh, that's neat. Oh, look what else I found, because I had some knowledge. Not only did I get these, I also have now this retained cud, whatever. Maybe that's good for a couple of bucks. And I keep on going, right? And for the extra time, I got to go to the bank and get the box, bring it home, unwrap them, go them through them. Now this is where I sort. Some people just pick out the wheats, right? And then they go to the end. Now I'll sort, I'll find stuff, I'll go by year, and I'll do that, all that extra rigmarole. They'll take them when they're spent and either take them back to the Coinstar and, give them 10%, which nullifies all the wheats. Now you're paying 5 cents a wheat. You can't sell them for that and make money. For all the work, you get nothing, you break even. You're killing me, Smalls. Now, they do a box, I do a box. We both have to pick them up, haul them around, open them, inspect them, and when we're done, roll them back up, count them up, and take them back to the bank or wherever we're dropping it. I look at everything. I look at most everything. When it's screwed up, this, I don't look at that one. I just throw that in the can. Oh, that's my reject can. Okay, that's, I don't know, 2 days. When it gets full, I'll stick it beside the several others. When I watch somebody else's show, I'll roll them back up. Okay. As I roll them, I stick them in this bucket. When it's full, I'll put that over here beside the other full ones. I keep a couple in my truck. When I'm driving past my bank, then I'll stop in. So I'm not making a special trip to the bank. If I'm driving by the bank, I'll stop in. pick up stuff, drop stuff, whatever. You know, if I'm on this side of the town, that's my pickup bank. If I'm on that side of town, that's my drop bank. But I'm not burning gas for a special trip. Right? Keep your cost to a minimum. Either way, you know, picking them up or dropping off, it's not an extra trip. Be efficient. Combine your trips. Some people, you know, they get their rolls and make a specific trip. Ooh, it's Tuesday. On Tuesday, I go to that bank to pick up, you know, however many things. I pick up my shit all at once. All right, I pick up stuff when I'm passing. Oh, look, there's my bank. Hey, while I'm already here, you know, it's an extra 40 feet to go out of my way instead of, you know, I'm 20 miles from my bank. We're going to take a break here. Yep, I'll let you look at this for a little bit because it's time for me to use the reading room. I'll be back. The Israelites. Turn that off there. There you go. Coffee's here. So I put in the same amount of time getting the rolls, taking them back, rolling them, the whole bit. But that little bit extra where I inspect every coin, I get a huge return additional. Because now we're only talking a little bit extra work for a whole lot more. Now you don't have to sort them. All right? I'm going to take a few minutes at a time, sort them in a year. You don't have to sort them. You can just pick the rolls out of the box you get from the bank, open them up, and look at each coin individually. All right? You'll get there. This is a good way to start, sorting by year, because you'll learn what to look for each date. It's a good learning tool. If you want to just rip them open and inspect each coin right then and there, that's fine. Right? You know what to look for. Check the device. It's 3/4 of an inch across. Really, check the whole coin. You'll figure it out. But if you want to get the value out, it's not in the weeds. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flesh it down. We had city water, so Dad was always saying, "We ain't paying no big city bill." I think he wanted to build an outhouse. No, Dad, we can't do that. We're in city limits. He was a fisherman. It was, pretty easy to stand up and go off the back. Of course, he fished out of a canoe, so you really had to be balanced back then. Yeah. So information makes you more efficient. The more you know, you keep those notes. The notes are just a start. There you go. This is just the start to efficiency. These are real simple. I put these together. I got some things I want to do with this idea, and we'll get there. Here you go. Here's 1951. I'm going to look at a K6. So across from K. Do you know what the K number is? Okay, give me a pen. Here's a pen. Give me something to write on. Here's something to write on. There you go. Here's some extras. 96D. Oh, right. Lathe lines. Lathe lines. That's a very common date for ley lines. Okay, let me find a blank one. Do we even have a blank one here? Are you fooling me? Don't tell me I got drunk enough to fill all these out one night. We'll take this one out. Yeah. See, the notebook idea works because you got a ring binder, because I can shuffle these like cards and then, dude, I'm lost. Okay, now you tell me. After I buy 1,500 wheats. Wheats are good. You like the wheats. Keep the wheats. There's kids out there who's going to like them. Okay. 1, 2, 3. No, that's 12. There's 1. 2 is a little over here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right, and there's your penny right in the middle. Right, here's Lincoln's head. This is vest, neck, date, liberty. In God we trust. Okay. If you see a K number, K is clock. Now that's where the coin pivoted. Let's see. I'll use this. Okay. If it's K6, for example, there's 6 down here. The die, when it was rehubbed, pivoted around that point. What's that going to tell you? That means that over across from 6 is going to be my heaviest point, my widest separation. And it will tend to get thinner as I approach 3 and as I approach 9, and probably wouldn't be existent at all down here. If it's a K5, that means my die pivoted around K5. So across from 5, that's going to be the widest separation on the doubling. That's how that works. Kids, schmids. Screw the kids. Screw the poor. Screw the unborn gay whales. Okay, that's what, and I really need to put that up. I need to make that a blog article. That's handy. Okay. You know, it's not impossible to spend 25 bucks on pennies and pull 50 bucks out of that. You want to pull wheats out of there? You'll get, you know, a couple of bucks over a few boxes. But for the work, this is so much more effective. I got more pennies coming. You want some? I'm going to smoke this because we've been going for an hour and a half. I'm good for about an hour and a half, and then the caffeine says, you need some nicotine to go with me. Okay. I love my coffee. Let them die and decrease the surplus population. We do have a lot of people. I think we can probably lose like most people in California because, damn. And New York. We can just clear that city out. It's supposed to be a big friendly town. Good Lord. I mean, you got 20 million people all want to live together. It's 20 million assholes. I've been there. What a bunch of... Hey, asshole, get out of the road, huh? I'm walking here. God. Are you done with that table? I need that table. We just sat down. I need that table. I was going to order something. Oh, for Christ. Well, hurry up. Man. They're going quick. They're going quick in Florida. Well, it's not that they're going quick. They spent most of their life somewhere else. They just come down here to die. I've seen the same house sell 30 times. I've been here 20 years. Who's in there this week? You know, they got these rounds. The guy goes around. He's got a big wagon. He says, bring out your dead. And they're just lying in the yard. It's a damn shame. It really is. Oh, yeah. It's too bad that one owed me $5. I'll probably never get it now. But, you know, if you know how to get into the house, you get free cat food. There's a lot of old ladies out there. I like it because, you know, some of those old ladies, they got some money. And, well, they got one foot in the grave. And they got their husband's fortune. And they just want, you know, one more romp. That's where I come in. My favorite is the Alzheimer's woman. Because there's no guilt there. She has no idea I was even there. Who are you? I'm just here to take out the trash, ma'am. I'm just here to fix the sink. Why am I sore? I don't know, ma'am. Call your doctor. And then there's the cancer lady. real, wasn't a hair on her body. She was like smooth as could be. Wonderful. And my favorite, though, my favorite all time was a Parkinson's woman, because she was a hell of a ride. Yeah, Florida's a good place. You got to come on down. Come to Florida and die. That should be their slogan. Welcome to Florida. We got coffins. We got graveyards. We got a crematory open 24/7 just for you. That's right. Live it up somewhere else, but show up here at the end. Yeah, they got the restaurant at the end of the universe right down here. Oh, geez. I can't keep these things lit. Where's that good lighter? I got a Zippo around here somewhere. Savage jokes. Shane, you've been lurking all this time? Seriously, I'm thinking about going north for the summer. Of course, I got to sell some coins to get the gas so I can go north for the summer. Because summer in Maine, you can't beat it. Can't. The weather is perfect. Unless you get that year that, you know, it just rains the whole time. But summer down here is pretty warm. There's freaking spiders, right? Jehovah's. It's hell down here. My father, he'd come down in the summer. He'd come down south in the winter. First winter he came down, he stayed 5.5 months with me. 5.5. Dad, what are you doing? I'm going home. Time to fish. Time to fish. If you stay for 2 more weeks, you qualify as a Florida citizen. Means you don't have to, you know, pay income tax in your pension. Because in Maine, you got to pay an income tax. That'd be worth enough that you could get your own place. So the next year, you don't have to stay with me for 5.5, 6 months. Well, he listened, which is kind of handy. Ended up buying a place down in Brooksville. Your sister's there. I got a sis there. I got one on the way, south of Boston. I got one up in Brewer, which is across from Bangor. It's the same, you know, Bangor Brewer. But Bangor has a minimum wage that's like twice as high as Brewer. So all the businesses, what do you know? They're moving to Brewer. Come to Brewer. Our economy is roaring. You want a job, you go to Brewer. You want an empty storefront, you go to Bangor. Yeah, the Democrats got a hold. Anyway, we'll skip that part. Yeah, come down home, you know, for the cool season. Winter. No, summer. No, wait. Summer in Maine. Winter in Florida. Yeah, that's what I want to do. My sister's begging me. When you coming home? I am home. I've been here 20 years. When am I coming home? You got snow up there? Yeah, I ain't coming home. It's pretty simple. I went up there a few years back. I quit my job, you know, as I usually do. I said, I'm going north. And I just went north for like 3 months. It's wonderful. Stayed with my sister for, well, stayed with one sister for a week or two. And then was my other sister. Spent another 3 weeks there. And one day it started to snow. I packed my shit. I'm in my truck. I'm backing out the driveway. Where you going? I said, going home. You can't go home. Look, it's snow on the freaking ground. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Aren't you going to hug me at least? No. It's fucking cold out here. I'm gone. Can't you stay at least till Thanksgiving? It's tomorrow. No. That is the level of my resolve. It was actually the day before, 2 days before Thanksgiving. I had Thanksgiving in Florida with my brother. Right. I've got 3 weeks with I got my mother through her birthday. You know, we had a cake, all the bit. Snow on the ground, 2 days before Thanksgiving. Zoom. I'm down here. I don't need the snow. There's no room in my life for snow. Guaranteed. I've been up there for decades. It's cold. There are days you cannot, it is bone-chilling cold. And you can go days at a time and never get warm. My teeth chatter now because I drink too much coffee. I hate the cold. You're like in Oregon. They got like zone 8 up there. Maine, you get 2 weeks every year. Every single year in Maine, you get 2 weeks where it's so cold, right? The words freeze as soon as they come out of your mouth. You got to carry a bucket around, right, to catch them. And then you take it home and throw it out and find out what the hell you've been talking about all day. True story. You got 2 weeks, it's 20 below every single day, right? 30 below at night. This big Arctic arm, the Arctic something they call it, vortex, they call it something. It's freaking cold. That's all it is. And no matter what, you can't burn enough wood. You can't throw wood into the fireplace fast enough to get your ass warm. And just cold, miserable. It hurts. Down here, yeah, it gets pretty warm. I got an air conditioner. I have no, it's the only bill I got, right? I got a light bill. I got an internet bill. It's nothing. I got car insurance. It's nothing. Is there another one? Oh, I got to buy groceries. Let's see. That's it. Those are my bills. It's like $250 a month plus food. Actually, I could give you a really good idea what it is. Okay, let's see. I got $87 for the phone. That includes internet. But I don't call anybody and nobody calls me unless I'm, live streaming. Okay, I got $50 for the car insurance. Not too bad. I pay it monthly because I just can't be bothered to pay, $250 all at once for 6 months. Okay, I got a light bill. This time of the year runs about $85. Summer, it's a little higher. I don't care, right? It's 90 degrees inside. I'm gonna plug it in. I'm running $226 of my bills this time of the year. I get the air conditioner running, it'll run $150 for the light bill. I get the heat running, it'll run me $150 for the heat. Really? $300 a month is all my bills, and a couple hundred more for gas and groceries and smokes and that's it. I go to Maine, it's $2,000 to heat my ass. Screw that. I spend my money on coins. Place is lousy. There are so many coins here, I don't know what to do with them all. Eskimo weather. Yes. They're fine. They're used to it. It's like that, 9 months a year. And those 3 months, the ice cracks. They'll be all right. Eskimos are used to that. I'm not an Eskimo. I'm a snowbird. I come down. I'm what you call a damn Yankee, right? You come down to Florida from the north and you stayed. God, they hate that down here. I look at this guy. He said, "You're a damn Yankee." And I look at him and said, "You're a damned idiot." I said, "I got an advantage." There's a reason the North won the Civil War. You think you met the dumbest guy in the world, but seriously, his brother's coming around the corner, and he's got 2 friends with him. Florida's interesting. I think there's a lot of lead in the water. It's either they just pick it off the walls and eat the chips from all the paint from 60s. I did that. That might explain it. I thought it was pretty. What are you doing? Eating paint? Stop it. But there's no food. Eat wood. That's what it's for. Well, anyway, getting back to our subject here, coin roll hunting can be an effective way of gathering some cash out of nothing, right? You pay a penny, you pay a nickel, a quarter, right? And you can pull out pennies that are worth, 50 cents and a buck. You can get bunches of them in a box. From time to time, as you learn more, as you get more experience, you'll be more effective in drawing more value out of that box of pennies. Right? And as you keep on doing this, you're going to be learning how to market them effectively. So you're able to actually get, the 20 to 30 bucks in value out of a box. And as you keep on doing it, you'll find those $10 coins, those $20 coins, those, geez, that guy found a 92D close AM the other day. That's a 4-digit coin. He's going to be really happy with that. And you're going to find that. The girl, Megan, found a 1969 S double die number 1. Now those are more extreme cases, but it does happen. There's no guarantee you're ever going to find one, but then you might find one in your next box. But if you're just picking out the weights, I guarantee you won't find one. But you'll get that 50 cents. You get the 50 cents in value out of that box. But the big money, that's in the die varieties. Okay, that's probably it. We've been an hour and 40 minutes. We covered it for the most part. We can probably get more into it. Vic, 98S. Victor Cruz found a 98S cameo, close AM in a proof set. What the hell is this? Here's a proof set. That's a 1990. Well, we can't see it hardly. Okay, the 1998 proofs. All right, if you look at that penny, if you know to look, you can examine the A and M on the back of the penny on the 1998s and see if the A and M are close together or far apart. And if it's close together, dude, you're looking at, you know, 100 to 300 bucks for that penny. Here's a scope. And here is a penny. And there's the AM. Ta-da! Now in the 90s, it's either close or wide. See the design here? This is the wide AM. It's the proof reverse, right? This is the reverse of 89. It is this reverse design that you find on those 1988s. This is the wham reverse. You find it on the 99, 98, 99 to 2000. And you'll see it's all there. See the little flares on the G? That's what we're talking about if you find that on the 1998. The space between A and M, if you find that on a 98, 99, or 2000 business strike, not the D, just the P, you got something. These, if all you did was find whams, you go through 10 to 30 boxes, you'll probably find a wham. And they're good for $5. Easy. 10 bucks if they're better. If they're really nice, 20, how much? You know, the nicer condition, the rarer they are, of course. They're not getting better over time, so you better get them now while they're still good. But if you found a wham in 10 boxes of hunting, you've made as much money on just that one coin, right? Then you've made as much as from all the wheats from all those bags. Just the one coin. So if you pick up wheats and just check the 98s, 99s, and 2000s, the wham, just those, you can double your money. Well, that's not too bad, is it? Okay, so you pick out, you know, you don't have to sort every date. Bet you can pick out the 99s. You know, you can pick out the 98s, the 2000. Throw the rest back to the bank, and if you just check those, you'll probably double your money out of that box. Or, you know, 10 boxes or 20 boxes. Then you learn, oh, geez, I want to also check, you know, the 1984s, see if we get a double ear. And I'm going to look at the 94s, and I want to check the columns on the reverse for doubling. Okay, and I want to check the 97s, because I want to check that for a doubled ear. Oh, well, I'm at it. Of course, I want to check the 83s for a double-dyed reverse. And, of course, I'll want to check the 80s and 81s also for, and just before you know it, I mean, just about every year has something to hunt for. I'm going to check the 87Ds for RPMs. Okay, now pull out all your 87s. It's not long before you know what to look for in every date in that box. That's why, you know, sorting makes sense. I think today I'll look for 1987 RPMs. I go over, I grab my 87 bag, and I spend an evening examining, you know, all the 87s. Or this night, I'm going to look at, you know, all the 72s. I'll dig up my bag of 72s, and I'll just look for double dies. Right? Or I'll go over there and I'll pick up my bag of, oh, let's see, 92s, and just look for close AMs. Haven't found one yet, but by God, I've got them. And if I don't search them, I can guarantee you I won't find them. But if I do, there's a chance. In the meantime, I got the wheats. Okay. What's this? 2000. That's one of these is kind of a nice one. But if you don't look, nothing happens. If you don't try, nothing happens. If you don't keep notes, you're not going to prove yourself. Keep the notes. Go print up that sheet. start keeping your notes. Then you get together with another collector and compare notes. Hey man, what do you know about, 1996 deeds? What should I look for on those? Oh, well, that's easy. Lathe lines. There's one back here somewhere. I'm not going to find it ever. Well, I'll come across it when I'm looking for something else, I'm sure. There. And if you get good, there's a point where you don't need to sort them anymore. Well, geez, that's one more step forward in efficiency. Sort them, don't sort them, it's up to you. Okay, I'm going to take off. I want to thank you guys for hanging around for an hour and 45 minutes and listen to me bitch. Talking about the government, talking about old people, throwing wood logs around and burning firewood, talking about pennies. Okay, we'll see you later.